It's Frank and Wanda's I Got a FM Problem on the People Station, V103, the ATL's #1 for hip-hop and R&B.
What's special about Atlanta, and I guess remains special about Atlanta, is just we keep passing the test of time, you know? It hasn't just been a phase or a fad. We keep setting the standard for dance to, you know, how music sounds. We're kind of like the blueprint for what's cool.
Atlanta's been incredibly dominant in hip-hop for a long time.
I think it's going to continue to be that, man. Everybody come here to soak up the game because, you know, we got the flavor, man. That's why Atlanta is definitely got the #1 spot, you know, in the rap game.
People Station V103.
I stand accused.
Many celebrities right there. This is the effing problem.
Yes.
So one of the most outspoken people in the city of Atlanta, his name is Isaac Hayes III. I consider him an Atlanta socialite, involved in like everything that moves in and around the city, entertainment, music, and more. He did a post, Wanda.
Yes.
And in his post, he said, Atlanta needs its own pop culture urban media. Atlanta cranks out the majority of the current urban culture, but has zero power media. Speaking on different shows across the country, especially in New York and L.A., and he said, we don't have TMZ, LA, and New York control the conversation that Atlanta culture creates. We got to change. When he did that post, several celebrities even commented.
Right.
The post went viral, especially amongst the media here in Atlanta, and a lot of people agreed with him. Isaac Hayes is on the show. What's happening, brother?
What's up, Atlanta?
So what made you even make this post, man?
I was at home just thinking about the future of this city.
Okay.
And how much Atlanta has grown and how far we've come. But our infrastructure footprint in the entertainment game is almost next to zero. Meaning Atlanta has a lot of talent and culture, and we shape the culture of this country for the most part as far as black people are concerned, right?
Right.
But there's no infrastructure here. So Atlanta is a field of oil, valuable resources, but there's no wells here. There's no infrastructure built on top of this city to really kind of give back in a way. So in a sense, we always talk about African-American culture is culturally appropriated, right, by other races, correct?
Right.
But in a sense, Atlanta culture is culturally appropriated by New York and LA and all these other places. So they come here and they film the shows.
And they take it back.
But the infrastructure is not here in the city.
Right.
And we need to change that part of the game.
Wow.
That's a lot.
Be 100.
Yeah.
Keep it 100.
I disagree, though.
Okay.
You disagree?
I disagree, yes.
Why?
I mean, you know what? It's 8:11. Let's take a break. And I'm going to tell you why I disagree. I brought you on here so we can have this debate live. Isaac Hayes III is our special guest. He says Atlanta lacks the media, that LA and New York take everything that we create and they make the money off it. What you say?
All right, go ahead, Beauty, calling from Stockbridge. Go right ahead with your comment.
Okay, I want to say that I agree with Isaac Hayes. I had the opportunity to attend somewhat of a town hall meeting about a month and a half ago with Rag Trade Atlanta and some other prominent people in the industry with fashion, hair, makeup, and even a little music. And one of the comments that was made is that for a long time, people have been coming utilizing the city for film and other things. Well, and also making a profit off those things. Well, just more recently, the profit is now being put into the city. They're trying to make it so that all of the money is being made, or all that the people, whether it's hair and makeup, the fashion industry, those people are sourced right here in the city. So we're no longer sourcing from L.A. We're no longer sourcing from New York. So I agree. Atlanta is the city. Atlanta is where it's at. Hence why I started my agency, the Beauty Agency of Georgia, to, you know, get away from that whole union thing. So we staff people in the fashion industry. We staff makeup artists. We staff hairstylists for your event or for your movie, and you don't have to go through a union. So I totally agree. Atlanta is the city, and that's why a lot of people have come here to utilize the city. But I think it's high time that the city reaps the rewards for being where it's at.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Isaac Hayes III is here, and he posted something on social media that had even a lot of celebrities agreeing, basically saying that the rest of the country is pimping out Atlanta, that we create the culture. And basically that's what you're saying, that the rest of the country is pimping out Atlanta. I disagree. I'm going to save my comment for a little bit later. I do disagree with you in a lot of ways.
Pimping out Atlanta?
That's what you're saying.
Not necessarily pimping out Atlanta, but let me clarify. Let me make it even more clear.
All right, make it clear for us.
Let's get 100. Can we agree that Atlanta is the cultural center of America for urban culture?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Not for nothing, Georgia has the largest population of African American people in the United States of America.
Okay.
3.1 million black people live in Georgia, right?
Right.
So why isn't BET here? Why is BET not headquartered here? Why is Essence Magazine not headquartered here? You're around your people. The entertainment industry is here. Why are all the major record companies have their urban divisions and labels in Atlanta? That's infrastructure. That's working with the community that you take from, but also building infrastructure to employ people to do that. So that's what I mean by Atlanta does not have pop culture media. I'll give you another prime example. I'm gonna say Charlamagne the God did an interview with Kanye West a couple weeks ago, right? When the Wyoming interviewed him, right?
Right.
Okay, cool. Kanye just drops his album the other day. Flies everybody to Wyoming, right?
Right.
Okay, cool. Who gets Kanye's interview? Big Boy in the Morning. Did Greg Street get an interview? Did Kanye West sit down with Greg Street and do a nice long interview? No, he didn't. He talked to Big Boy in the Morning, Charlamagne the God. And that's what I mean by Atlanta. But the #1 place for urban culture in this country is Atlanta, Georgia. And everybody passes us by. But we have to demand that companies like Essence, Ebony,
what do you feel about? Okay, let's flip it for a second. What do you think about Tyler Perry? Now, remember Tyler Perry went out to LA. It didn't work for him.
Exactly.
So now that's the power you're talking about. Tyler Perry didn't decide to go to LA or New York. He said, "No, I'm coming to Atlanta. I'm going to work people in Atlanta. I'm going to start my own." Have you seen everything he's doing over there? That's the power I'm talking about.
I've been to Tyler Perry Studios, and it is the most amazing thing.
But I'm talking about not the studio. Now that's amazing. But I'm saying, have you ever been over to the
we got to take a break.
Air Force base, the Army base that he's that right
Fort
there.
McPherson. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, Fort McPherson.
Fort McPherson. Exactly.
But there are no barriers for Tyler Perry here, and that's my point. We live in a city with an African American populace, an African American mayor, in the fall potentially an African American governor. So why is Revolt not here? Why is Diddy not here with Revolt? It's like this is the place when you pull all your resources together, all your economy, all your energy together. Atlanta could have a black media monopoly unlike any place ever in history. But we have to come together.
There's a reason why they don't come here.
All right.
Well, then you tell me why.
We don't have the infrastructure talent yet.
That's not true. No.
We don't.
What?
Frank, now see, look, that's not me.
Oh, Lord.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Are you crazy, Frank?
We'll be right back.
What?
Let's go to...
V103's Frank and Wanda need your advice. That's right on today's FM problem.
People Station V103. We up in here arguing, y'all.
Yes.
We up in here arguing.
Oh my God.
Hold on. Hey, RG. You got to call the studio. You got to call the studio, dude. This is Ryan Glover.
Oh, man. Ryan, man. Tell Ryan to call up. Call in here, RG. What's up? Call in.
Oh, my God.
Call in.
Listen to the show, dude.
Yeah.
It's about you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Call into the show.
Hey,
all right, so let's let them know.
So say what you're going to say.
All right. I don't want to offend anybody in the nation that's African American, right?
Okay.
But I've lived in Atlanta my whole life.
Okay.
And what I realize is if you're not from here or haven't lived here long enough, now listen to what I'm saying.
You're not going to understand.
You grow up in the United States of America with a minority mindset. Think about what I'm saying. You grow up knowing that white culture is #1 and black people fall somewhere #2. Wherever you're from. For the exception of Atlanta, Georgia. From the time that I got here, I've had an African American mayor, police chiefs were black, successful African American people. So there's never a sense where you feel second to anybody. I've never been in a city in my life where I felt more at home around my own people.
Even in the airport.
Right. I have people come visit me from other places that are African American people, and they say, you can never get this many black people together without something going on. Or I feel uncomfortable being around this many black people. And I'm like, how are you from somewhere else and you feel uncomfortable being around your own people? Atlanta is chill.
Right.
We have a great time down here. So the idea that people can't come together and work together is something that's foreign to everywhere else but us. Martin Luther King could have only come from Atlanta, Georgia, because he went to Washington and Morehouse, and he grew up in a middle-class household and went to Ebenezer Baptist Church. He wasn't out here feeling second to anybody. That's what gave him the energy and the belief that he could change the world. He wasn't from some place where he felt inferior. You're like, man, I'm an educated black man. What are you talking about? They're talking to you like that. Where? In Alabama? Where? In Mississippi? Hold on, we'll be there. I'm going to put my suit on there, come in there, and talk to these dudes the way that they know how to talk to.
Back to your point about lacking the media infrastructure to take all of this culture and make it into something.
Yes.
You really feel that way.
Listen. I said we were talking about Oprah, right? Everybody loves Oprah. I'm not going to dig into Oprah.
Okay.
Say some. Hold on.
Now get your point across.
Remember when the Clippers were for sale? Donald Sterling, he had to get out of there, right?
Yes.
And it was rumored that Oprah wanted to buy the Clippers, right? Mm-hmm. The Hawks were for sale at the same time. Why did Oprah buy the Hawks? Why not buy a team that has the largest African American fan base that you could have? You buy them Hawks. You come to Phillips Arena, Oprah sitting sideline.
So why doesn't people come here? You're complaining that these people don't come here, but you haven't said why not.
Because I think we have a separatist mentality. We are so fixed on where we're from and not where we can do best together. So I know that people are so fixed on where we often beef about. We're so locked into our regions, right? Like New York is New York. Like
Atlanta's a melting pot. Everybody come from somewhere,
right? But people that live down here will beef and be like, "Man, screw the Hawks, screw the Falcons." That's why I was so mad we didn't win the Super Bowl, because we would have won the Super Bowl. It would have galvanized even the transplants to say, "I'm from Atlanta," and start to let go of the New York or let go of the LA and let's start to build here in this city. And that's my point. We have to stop worrying about where we're from. If Will Smith can come here and build Overbrook, it don't have to be in LA. If Jay-Z can come here and build his companies, just like Will Packer's doing, just like Tyler Perry's doing, if all of them get together, Oprah, all of them, we would have a media BET essence.
But why don't they get together? I often felt that way. Like, I would like to see Tyler and Will Packer and all these guys get together and build it. Because what I see Tyler Perry building here, because he said, I'm going to come to Atlanta and I'm going to make sure that the movie industry, I start my own thing. When I drove over there a couple weeks ago, Tyler Perry is so smart. He's thinking like this. Like, we go to the movie theaters to go to see movies. Yeah. He's got theaters over there now where you're going to be able to say, oh, I want to go to theater 1, or I want to go to theater 2, or I want to go to theater 25 because this is showing. That's how smart this man is. But he has no competition. Yes. Nobody else is here that's battling him. But if he go to LA, he wouldn't have had the power.
But half of the problem is, and this is what I said earlier, y'all can say what you want. Half of the problem is these companies don't think we have enough talent here. But every business, whether Amazon's going to come or whatever, it's a talent thing. It's whether you have skilled employees to be able to do it. We don't have enough skilled employees in those divisions. We have people. We don't have enough. We don't have enough.
I know dozens of talented.
And then here's the other thing. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna make some people mad. Students? Wait, let me just hold up. Cut the music off for a second. Let me just say this. I can't concentrate.
Go ahead then.
Here's the thing. Atlanta is a city that is so casual. We're so casual. We wear blue jeans everywhere, tennis shoes with everything. We don't really put on suits all the time. When you go to these other cities and they have events, like, you gotta dress. Atlanta always says, oh, you gotta dress to get in. Then you get in and everybody's dressed up like some BS.
Now, wait a minute. Now, the Gathering Spot puts on
one place,
but it's black owned.
One place.
These are two.
But let me just say, let me finish my point. Let me finish my point.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, we put on events here, and considering the way they put on events in LA and we cheap. We don't spend no money on our events. We don't have events that cost a whole lot of money.
If BET was here, they would spend that money, right?
That's what I'm saying. So the people that are here right here are cheap as hell.
It's not about
I want to use the S word. They're cheap, dude. Come on. The promoters here are janky. They do stuff half-ass a whole lot of. Come on, be for real.
That's not true.
Be for real, dude.
That's not true.
The events that are here in Atlanta a lot of time are half-ass done.
Okay, so let's use Diddy for an example. The events that Diddy would throw on, like when he do the all-white parties, he's spending millions of dollars or thousands of dollars to put on the event.
The only person that has spent the right amount of money to open his venues is Alex.
Okay.
Who else to spend $2 or $3 million on a club? Nobody. The rest of the clubs you go in here are built on $400,000 and they raggedy and janky. Come on, keep it real. Right. So when people come here, they look at the city and be like, okay, these people are still country, but we're not. We have to step up our own personal game, and our image has to step up too. People Station V103, the phones are blowing up. We got to continue this conversation. I mean, when I tell you like half of the celebrities in Atlanta are blowing my phone up right now, my cell phone is going crazy. I can't even pick it up. I can't even pick it up. But let's go ahead and give away this money real quick. 12K a day cash giveaway. The keyword this hour is throw. Throw. The keyword is throw. Text the keyword throw to 72881.
All right, message and data rates apply. Hey, you can text only once an hour, but you can try again every hour until 7 p.m. Please remember to text and drive, and for more information, log on to v-103.com.
Isaac Hayes III is our special guest.
He
said something I love. He said, y'all so damn nice up here. Y'all got to ask the tough questions. I said, when we try to ask the tough questions, we get beat up.
Y'all gotta get crazy.
But we try. Trust me, we get beat up because they're friends.
Let me jump back to my Oprah comment.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. When Oprah could have bought the Atlanta Hawks, right? If Oprah buys the Atlanta Hawks, now Oprah's on the sidelines. Now the stadium is packed. Now she has Will Smith and Tyler Perry and Kevin Hart, and now we have our own Showtime in ATL. And that's what I mean by bringing pop culture media to the city. Atlanta is wide open. This is a black city. This is an African-American populous city. We have a black mayor.
Yes.
We have a black legacy, and we're not taking advantage of that. Anything that white culture and white people can do in New York and LA, you can duplicate that in Atlanta. I don't care if you are a dentist, a doctor, a lawyer, whatever you're doing, music-wise, like MTV brought TRL back, and that thing lasted, what, a month? Because it's not pop music, it's not MTV, and it's not New York City. It's Atlanta, it's BET, and it's black culture. That's what it is. That's what needs to be down here.
And people move here for that. I moved here for that.
The conversation of this country needs to shift to the point that we take our culture, most of the social media stars.
Yes.
Sway, shout out to Sway, the remix guy. You know the guy that remixes all the records.
Yeah. Yes.
It's Atlanta. That's an Atlanta guy.
Yeah, it's my guy. Okay, so Mo Ivory says, tell him Georgia State University Law School just created their entertainment, sports, and media initiative to teach non-lawyers and lawyers and business professionals the business of law and entertainment and sports attorneys. So they're coming. It's coming. I think Atlanta is trying to catch up to its own success, dude.
But it's not about Atlanta catching up to its own success. Outward people,
the infrastructure.
Outward people have to
put the pressure. Pull together.
You have to put the pressure on BET.
Yes.
Like you have to make BET look crazy. Like BET, why are you not in Atlanta? You film New Edition here and Bobby Brown here and Being Mary Jane here, but why are we not driving down the street on Peachtree somewhere and see BET in the biggest city? African-American population in the world, like 3.1 million black people live here.
I always felt like Essence Festival should be here. I've always felt in my heart.
Essence Magazine's not here. Ebony Magazine's not here. What do you mean?
Yeah, can't handle it.
Imagine a city full of all of that, the content that gets created, the TV shows. Like I said, Will Packer, and it's no secret that Will Packer and Tyler Perry are probably the two most powerful people in Black Hollywood because they're here.
Yes.
They're dealing with their own people. They're creating content that relates to their culture. They don't have any. I mean, Tyler Perry wouldn't have been able to build no movie studio in New York and LA.
All right, Isaac Hayes is in here causing up a storm.
Baby.
I'm just telling the truth.
Oh my God. While you saying all of this, I agree with a lot of the things that you're saying. You know what one of my issues is here in Atlanta? Because I moved to this city for that reason. I love it. I love that it's so many black people here.
Exactly.
Like that to me, oh my God, it make my soul feel good.
Exactly.
But let me just tell you, my thing is the difficulty is the traffic flow. It's so many people that have moved here from everywhere because it is such a great city. How do we get the state, the government to understand that if we get all of these people here, BET here and Essence and all these guys, we need to have better traffic flow. You got traffic on a Sunday here. So if you're asking for all these great things to come to the city, all these great people to come to the city, that's where we need the state, you know, the Republicans to understand what we need because it's serious.
What do you think the Republicans are going to do to help out Atlanta? They're not going to do anything to help out Atlanta. It's a Democratic city.
Okay, so what do we do about that's a part of it.
We get out and vote. There's a governor's race.
Right.
There's a governor's race in November. We know there are two candidates running. There's an African-American woman that could be the first governor of Georgia. We need to get out and support.
Yes.
That changes everything. Law like the laws that happen in other cities when white when white people deal with white people in government, other places, they're not being racist intentionally. They're just dealing with people that they're around. So we're in Atlanta, Georgia. We are a predominantly black city.
You can
we
do
can
anything
do
here.
business with anybody you want to do business with. There's so many people. Like I like going on when you go on the sets of these movies and TV shows. There are black caterers. There are black hairdressers, grips.
Yes,
it's enough here to employ everybody. That's why I say if BET came here, trust me, there'd be enough black crew to film everything and actually to create content. This is the thing. New York and LA have lived in these silos on these castles and these hills for years and don't understand that all the rest of the country has to actually embrace the content that they create. So growing up, the only movies that I saw were New Jack City, Boys in the Hood, Do the Right Thing, Men's to Society. The only Atlanta movie we ever had really was ATL.
ATL.
That was like almost 15 years ago. We've only had one of those. Like and the rest of the country, the rest of America is, especially African Americans, are more like Atlanta. So St. Louis is more like Atlanta. Houston is more like Atlanta. New Orleans is more like Atlanta. Memphis is. All these other cities are more like, everything from the Rocky Mountains to the Mississippi River reflects more about what Atlanta culture is than New York and LA.
You can do anything in this city you want to do. You mentioned Cammie Cakes earlier.
Yes.
That is one of the most proud. When I tell you, we actually brought her in for the first time when she came to Atlanta.
Yes.
That lady came here with an idea.
Right.
And she came here with an idea to make cupcakes.
Yes.
Okay? So I remember seeing a little small Volkswagen in front of her store. Now I ride by, she got Mercedes-Benz trucks. Cammie Cakes. Like, this sister is growing. So anything you want to do in this beautiful chocolate city, you can get it done.
So we got to get the media here. Let's jump on the phone. Frank and Wanda, good morning. V103, hello. V103, hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Now, I think the biggest thing is we don't love each other. So when he talks about Oprah coming or bringing her business here or BET, we don't love each other enough for that.
Wow, that's deep.
I'm serious. We don't. I mean, when I coming to Atlanta for me has definitely been an adjustment. I have a son. I asked him, would he move from Florida to Atlanta? His first response was no. Now, I don't know his reasoning, but I can tell you what I think.
Okay.
I think there's too many black people here for him.
All right.
So it's sad. It's really sad. I hated to say that. I hate to say that.
Okay.
But I'm telling you, we don't love each other.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so Isaac Hayes, thank you for coming through, man.
I know.
Yeah.
We've had a spirited conversation.
Yes, this was awesome.
I miss doing that.
I know, me too.
Yeah,
That's how we like to talk.
Next time you come, you and I have to really have that serious gentrification conversation.
Okay.
Because I think our black population and power of the city is possibly changing soon. With this gentrification keeps going the way it's going.
We have the right person in there now, Keisha Lance Bottoms.
All right.
Let's get it.
And we're gonna get what's her name as the governor?
Stacey
Abrams.
Abrams.
We need support down the line. So I want to talk, but I want to talk solutions too, because I know people. One of the things people said on my post is, "Well, what are you doing about it?"